All right, so this is day 11, I believe, of squatting every day. And just so you guys know, if you haven't been able to tell, I've been trying to do my best to allow music to play in the background to make the video more interesting to watch. But the problem is that if I leave it at full volume, that the YouTube thing will flag it as copyright. If I lower the volume in editing, then it won't be able to detect it. But I've realized I've been leaving the volume too low, but I don't know what's the right volume to put it at, because I think regardless, my voice is just going to drown out a lot of the background music. So sorry about that, but hopefully in the future I'll be able to figure that problem out. Anyway, so today I had one thought I wanted to share, and it's basically like fundamentally, what is the starting point? Where does everything come from? And I know that's like a question of existence that everyone at some point has wondered about, but it's like it has a lot to do, and it relates a lot to working out, to getting a job, to any sort of endeavor in the pursuit of self-improvement. It's like there's a starting point. And so um, for me personally, I believe that your motivation will change over time. I believe that at each stage in your life, there's a certain motivation, a driving point that's making you do what you do. And then once you learn more about life is when that motivation changes. So first is like you might start just out of curiosity. You might want to see what can happen if you go to the gym and you work out. You might want to improve the way you look. You might want to improve the way you feel. I think a lot of us have like a superficial motivation of like wanting to appear different to other people. We want other people to see us differently, and that's like it's not really a bad thing. I don't think. And by the way, when I say that your motivation evolves, I mean to say that whatever you take on next as your motivation might actually envelop and include all your previous motivations. The only exception being if you had a really bad motivation for going to the gym, which I can't even imagine like what that would be, but I'm sure there's multiple that exist, like multiple bad motivations. Anyway, so it's like at some level, even the most developed and advanced lifters or gym goers, they're gonna have some desire to like kind of look good, feel good, have other people respect them, but I think the main motivation for me right now is to get strong. That's it. I just want to be strong. And so I'm taking like a very practical and tactical approach, I guess. I load up the bar with 80%. Oh, I work up to 80% of my max, and then I do that almost every single day until I get to a point where I feel like I can test my max. And so I've maxed out before, I guess, if you want to say, but like I haven't hit a true max. My goal is to hit a 300-pound squat. And so just maybe like a month ago, I did a 275-pound squat, and I felt I could do a little bit more weight, but my form was breaking. And so when I feel my form breaking is when I start to analyze and to break down and to fix whatever's going on. So anyway, so that way I feel out where my max might be. I strip down the weight to 80%, and I keep working on my form to make sure that I'm strong in all aspects, and then boom, I go back to my max again. And so in the next month, I hope to hit a 300-pound squat, and hopefully it'll be a success. But anyway, a potential starting point, and this is one that I want everyone to think about, is that you get to a point in life, hopefully you get to a point in life where you realize that there's something more, there's a meaning to all this. It's not just what's the word, happenstance, or what, I forget what they say. Anyway, it's like it's not a coincidence, it's not just by chance that you're here. As much as people want to make you believe that, if you look at the theory of the creation of the universe happening from the Big Bang, which like I don't doubt that happened, I just think we are lacking a bigger picture. To say that everything just happened to organize the way it did, it's like that would take the smallest, like every single thing you see right now, every facet of life and existence is literally like the smallest percentage of a chance of happening. It makes it easier for me to believe that someone did it with intention. And obviously in the Bible, you read that God said, "Let there be light." In my mind, that seems like the initial surge of energy that must have come from whatever Big Bang happened. Energy and darkness were created because we know that dark matter is a thing. We just don't know what it is. So the light and dark, and then matter was organized and separated. The light was separated from the darkness. All these things, it seems to follow the same pattern. So if there's a pattern and an origin point for the creation of the universe, it makes sense to think that there's a pattern of origin from your motivation for working out. I just like to connect all these things together because it helps me put it into perspective. I believe that every single person internally has a drive, a motive for doing what they do, and I think fundamentally it's biological. All right, yeah, biological, and then I think it's also spiritual. I think inside of us that we have spiritual, like almost like preset conditions, where like just like how our DNA wants us to provide for ourselves and to procreate and to whatever, like our spiritual the spiritual element of us, we have a spirit inside of us. It also has things that are just natural to the spirit, and so regardless of what you're doing, you're probably going to feel at some point that you want to know what the purpose of it is. And so that kind of starts out it starts you out on a journey trying to understand and figure out yourself. So one of those endeavors is going to be lifting weights. Another one of those endeavors is going to be developing your talents and skills in order to provide for a career or whatever you want to do in your life. Another part of that is you're going to want to develop yourself to have relationships. You're going to want to inspire the people and whatever. And all these desires and motivations originate from somewhere, is what I'm trying to say. So just figure out what that something is. If you figure it out, it should make everything in your life have more meaning. And I'll tell you this, once, this is actually a Big Sean lyric, and I love this. He says, so I don't remember the exact wording. He says something like, do you even know what it's like to wake up every morning like you're on a mission? And it's like, imagine waking up every single day with no doubt in your mind as to what you're trying to accomplish, and you just wake up with all the energy and motivation you could want. I'm not saying it's going to be any easier, but it's just like, it's better because you have so much drive and ambition. And not only that, your vision and your perspective are clear. You're not confused. You know exactly what you want to do. I think that would make anyone's life worth living in my mind. So anyway, if you figure out what that origin point is and you decide what your end destination is going to be, it should make every single thing fall into place. And like I said, it's not going to make it any easier. In fact, it might make it a little bit more difficult or challenging, but it's like it'll be simpler. It'll be like getting from point A to point B and then point B to point C, and you just have to know that it's gonna, like, you plan out what you're gonna sacrifice, what you're going to work towards, and it makes everything so much more so much more doable, in my opinion. Anyway, so today I did, look, I usually try and do anywhere in the realm of like 30 warm-up reps. I start with like my 60%, go up to my 80%. 80% for me is about 225. And so I did 205 for 5 sets of 2, and then I did 225 for 2 sets of 1. And that's because last workout I did, I think, 5 sets of 1 or something like that at my top weight. And anyway, today I didn't feel like going too heavy, just getting in the reps and the practice. This is also before I've eaten anything, so I want to make sure I don't go too hard, and then as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm gonna go and eat. So yeah, I guess maybe I'll go back and kind of tell you guys about my origin. So I've actually been in and out of the gym ever since I was 12, and for a lot of people that's like it's not relatable. A lot of people might have started later in their life. I was, at the time, I was in homeschool, and so my mom, and this is also funny because I was like really chubby as a kid. I'm still big, but like I used to be chubby, and so my mom got me a gym membership, and we would go to personal training like 3 times a week or whatever. But the thing is that I got introduced to just like the machines, the like bands and whatever, like body weight, and it wasn't until I was like maybe 14, 15, 16 that I started touching like actual weights, and I didn't have anyone to teach me how to do it. And so for years I've been like watching YouTube. I've been going to the gym, practicing, doing my best to figure out how everything works. And it's only like, I guess in recent years, that maybe the last year or two, I've really started to put it all together. So the reason why I've been so inconsistent over time is that like it's just due to the fact that no one could actually tell me like what's what. They couldn't define anything for me. It's just like, no, do this exercise, do this exercise. I think it's valuable for some people that don't really care about, like, if they don't have it in what's it called, an incessant need to know why. They just do because they trust that whoever's telling them knows better than them. Me personally, I need to know the why for everything. And so without knowing the why, it got super easy for me to stop going to the gym. I just felt like I was doing whatever random machine exercises and random band exercises, bodyweight exercises. And although it's like I would sweat, I would leave the gym feeling like I did some work with my body. I didn't see any results, and it's because I don't think it was specific enough. Like if I knew what to do, I would just do it. That's just my attitude. Is like if I know exactly what it takes, then I'll do my best to offer that, to provide that. Anyway, so over the years, as I've been studying, I've been doing my best to define everything, making sure I understand the why and the what. The how is just going to be diligence and consistent effort, combined with like a lot of reps, a lot of failure, and just learning. But hopefully through these videos, I can help inspire anyone else who wants to know the why behind any of these things, so that they can eventually become their own teacher. It's just the same idea of like, instead of giving a man a fish, if you teach him to fish, he'll fish for the rest of his life. And that's just like something I strongly believe in. So let me tell you some quick principles of what I've learned about working out. Working out is all about time under tension, but it's also over a prolonged period of time. So it's like in one workout, you're not going to make hardly any difference. Let's say if you're trying to go from 0 to 100, you're not even going to make like a dent going 1% like into your progress. Let's say that you're trying to load up to your progress on 1% at a time. That 1% will start to come over the course of months. But then the progress should start to speed up a little bit, and then towards the end it might go a little bit more slow. But over the course of one workout, 2 workouts, 3 workouts, you're not going to do much damage. It's just going to take, let's say maybe you go 2 months consistently. Then you're going to start to see some results, feel some results. The results that last the longest are the ones that come over the course of years of consistency. It's possible for you to build muscle in the course of a month or 2, and then lose it in the next 2 months. What you need to do is condition your nervous system. That's what no one talks about, is that you need to spend time conditioning your nervous system. And that comes through reps, and also comes through not maxing out, because maxing out is what kills you the most. It's what's going to make you sore. It's what's going to make you demotivated to go to the gym. If you hit 80% consistently, day in, day out, you're going to develop the strength you need to perform at a high level. And you do 80%, you're not going to be sore the next day. You do 90 to 100%, you might be sore. So it's like, do a controlled weight in a controlled rep range. You should only do, don't do hypertrophy training. That's going to kill your muscles. Just trust in your neurological system and your adaptation of your body, and just give it 80% at single reps, maybe 2 reps, 3 reps at a time, and let your body adjust over the course of maybe 6 months, a year, 2 years, and you'll see differences. And it's going to feel way different. Anyway, that's it for me today. See you guys for day 12 tomorrow.